Well, hello. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Stream number 2 here today. And yes, you saw the thumbnail. No, it is not clickbait. This is my final stream as a Spirit Airlines captain. It's been a hell of a ride. There are new adventures on the horizon. We'll get into that here later. How fitting, a United 737 MAX taxiing in the background. Got to love it. We'll get into that later on, but it's been a long time coming. It's been 10 years. It's been wonderful, and we'll talk all about it later on. But I have my final flight tomorrow, and we're going to fly it right now in the sim before it is all said and done. So first and foremost, I haven't had a flight in the Airbus in like a month. I've been off for a very long time. How long has it been? So this is going to help refresh my hone my skills in. It's been a long time since I've actually flown there, but we've been flying Bonanzas and Barons and Boeing, so this will be good, a refresh, and get ready to go here for the last one. So real Airbus former captain, says AA Ron. Exactly. Well, look, I am self-proclaiming that once you officially make captain, you can still claim captain on your YouTube video, right? Isn't that how all the pro influencers do it? I don't know. No. I'm not an influencer by any means. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be a fun ride. Spirit got me and my fam to Florida safely for plenty of years, so plenty of respect despite their passenger reputation. Hey, man, there's all kinds of reputation. There's all kinds of media out there. Everyone wants to complain about something. Everyone likes to poke fun at the big yellow banana, but I'll be honest with you, they have probably, well, when times are normal, one of the best pilot contracts in the country. There's no other airline in the world that lets you fly as much or as little as you want to with the ease of use that this airline had. So there is that to be said. Plus, phenomenal group of guys and gals, absolutely phenomenal. Loved every single one of them. I mean, there was only maybe like one guy, in 10 years that was like, ugh. And we've talked about, podcast stories on the in the past. But anyway, I have a lot to do today, so we have to get this stream going right now. We'll talk plenty more in cruise. We may or may not allegedly sim rate a little bit over the Gulf of America. Here's why. We're going to do, at the conclusion, so after this, probably next week, we're going to replicate my first flight, which was a 7-hour flight from Fort Lauderdale to LAX. We're going to do that on VATSIM next week, and then that one will be real-time long haul and all we can, all that stuff. This is just to kind of celebrate my last flight. So career mode flashbacks indeed. Airline reveal today, credit card number reveal tomorrow. You got it, Mickey G. You got it, my man. So we're going to, like I said, I got to get home a little bit at a decent hour with some light left because I got a fishing tournament on this weekend. I'm flying tomorrow, so I don't have any time in between to get everything set up. This is my only day to do it. So let's go ahead and rock and roll, get the airplane started up. I don't remember the last time we flew the Airbus on stream either. Like, it has been a very long time since we even flew the Airbus. This is the Fenix A321 hopping in. Let's get it going here. So first and foremost, we'll walk into the airplane. Man, this is great. This is great here. I really like this cockpit. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Did I ever fly in a Pensacola frequent enough? Probably helped me turn around a few of our planes. Worked there for, oh yeah, Aviation 365. Oh yeah, flew into Pensacola many times, my friend. All right. Casual day again. It is for the right seater. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and get the battery switch 1, battery switch 2. Oh, I thought the sim crashed there. I was about to have a heart attack. I'm like, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Airplane's going to boot up allegedly here. What's going on? I'm hearing weird noises. Okay. Maybe it's just I haven't been on the Airbus in so long. Coming to life. You're going to have to do a walk around before every stream now. Any mines where we're going? No, there's no mines over the water. We going back to making burners on Aveo? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to make another burner, and we're going to VPN it. So if I get banned, then I know it's one of you in the chat, and then I don't care anymore. Any chances of IRL 757 flying? Wouldn't you like to know, Josh? Wouldn't you like to know, my friend? I don't have the FCU. Why are you using the MCP? Well, I have the mini FCU, but I don't want to use it because it stopped working. and I bought the Windwing S737 panel because I wanted something different, and it's amazing. I'm not using it though. I'm just going to use my Honeycomb Bravo today. I'm going to use the Honeycomb Bravo. Yep, that's Miss V1 on the right seat. Exactly. All right, here we go. Right, let's go. Crew supply, ground control, CVR test. Beautiful. Captain purrs to captain. Get the ADIRs 1, 2, and 3. This is coming on. That's going to nav on auto. Arm the emergency exit lights. We'll turn this up a little bit. Get a little juice in there. Everything looks good. Got 4 fault lights. Voltages, they'd probably fail, right? We can do this here. Battery test real quick. Boom. 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 Come back down here. Electrical page. You can see the amperage there. Yeah, so we need to charge batteries. So we're going to charge batteries by staying on external power. Fire test 1. Number 2. And we'll do the APU fire test. Bug up after takeoff simulations. Nice, Aaron. Very nice, my man. All right, Magic Barrel ref is set. Let's get this knitted here. We'll go status recall. That's all normal. We'll go FMGC. We did update the nav data. Got to love it. Let's do a flight plan, a knit request. We'll clear that out. Make sure everything looks good. We're standby squawking 2000. Turn up the main panel light here as well. My gosh, these screens look good. It's been so. When's the last time we did a Fenix flight? It's got to be been a while. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this ready. We'll get clearance up on 1. And let's give them a call so we can get things booted up. Oh, also, we can do weight and balance, get them loading. Let's go ahead and load aircraft. We'll do 8 minutes on the loading, please. Good afternoon, Tampa clearance. Spirit Wings 224, clearance to Dallas Fort Worth.
Spirit Wings 224, Tampa clearance, cleared to Dallas Fort Worth. Dormer tree departure, fruit transition, Venice filed. Maintain 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.8. Squawk 6211.
Cleared to Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh, I had auto respond on.
Departure, fruit transition,
didn't know I had auto respond on.
Maintain 4,000 feet.
I guess I'll let the FO do it. How fitting. Tutco, my man, thanks for the $5 super chat. Can't stick around right now, but want to say congrats again on your next adventure, and I hope it's bigger and better than the last. Hey, Tutco, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I as well. I hope it is bigger and better than the last. Definitely. Thank you, Tutco. I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Tom Pasco, thank you for the 66 months of support. Goodness grief. 66 months. Sucks to leave a job or company, but it's always better to leave on your terms, not theirs. That is very true. And for bringing that up, Tom, so on November 1st, there's going to be another, I think, 300 and something pilots that are going to be involuntary furloughed from the airline, and that is, I hope, we're hoping for soft landings for everybody. I am not one of those, thankfully, but I'm going on my own terms, like I said. However, there are, man, I don't know how many pilots are on total furlough for Spirit now. It's got to be almost 1,000. Like, got to be getting close, right? So, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tom. All right, let's go ahead and load this flight plan up. We can expect 1 left. Our cruise altitude is flight level 340. 340 is going in the box. Ground temp is 24. Beautiful night here in Tampa.
American 2526.
We'll turn that down. Tampa departures. Man, it's so weird. Been looking at the Boeing stuff for so long, guys. Wow. We're going to be off 1 left for departure, and it's the Dormer 3 to foot. And I splurged on this stream. We got the vertical sim fly Tampa scenery here as well, so that's good. I don't care what they give us in beyond ATC. We're going to land 3-5 center, and we're on the whiny. We may have to change that, actually. Whiny 4, and oh no, we did file north. Yeah, whiny 4 peanuts, so we're good. We did file it. Okay, whiny 4 peanuts. Insert, done. Catco, thank you so much, man, for the $10 super chat. Says, I want to tell you I really admire your strength V1. It takes a lot to move when you're comfy. You're an inspiration. Doing what is needed for your family and yourself shows what type of pilot you're. Catco, that is very, very kind. Thank you, sir, for those kind words. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. It is tough to make a move when you're comfy. I have never, I never came to this airline with the thought process of leaving it. It was never a stepping stone. It was a destination for me. I was, like I said at the beginning of the video, the best contract to have the best quality of life possible. And I have nothing but good things to say about my time. And it's, you just have to, the way things have unfolded, and we'll get into it for sure. I plan to get into it fully when we do our celebration long haul. We'll get into it fully, but you're absolutely right, man. Thank you. That's very kind of you, and I appreciate that. And I hope all is well for you. Hopefully things will be on the up and up for you as well. Osco Stick, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'll never look at a banana the same way anymore. Osco Stick, thanks for the $5 super chat. Absolutely, man. I love the banana bus. Absolutely love the banana bus. And Kyle with a $5 super chat. Are we going to get V1 signed trading cards in the wild now? So I do have, contrary to popular belief, for those of you that like trading cards, I have some for this airline, and I will sign them, but you have to know where to find me, so good luck. I have given some out. So we'll just leave it at that. All right. Where are we at? We did, we're loading up. There's Southwest taxiing. We did our flight plan in there. Let's get the secondary in here quickly. Tampa to Tampa is our return plan. Tampa, secondary. All we care about is coming right back, right? We'll come right back to runway 1 left. Secondary perf data. You would definitely look up the baro mins. I'm just going to put in, actually let's put in 211. I think that's close enough. 23 degrees outside. We'll zero out the winds. And again, Magic Barrel Ref says it's 2985. 2985 in the secondary. RadNav, nothing to hard tune. Progress page, we'll put the destination, or we'll put the departure in case it becomes the destination. Init B, and we'll leave you at that. And we'll get the APU cooking here. Is our fueling complete? It is complete. 23.8 on board. Fuel tank pumps are coming on. Seatbelt sign is coming on. That's going on. Double check our fuel on the lower ECAM. 11.9. That looks wonderful. 11.9 set outside. Take a listen. I missed a couple more super chats here. What do we got? Chi-Town Aviation Sensei. Thanks for giving us that. Never made it. A glimpse into the life and the mindset involved. Chi-Town, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I am glad you enjoy the content. Look, y'all, I as a full-time airline pilot, right? Streaming and making videos for y'all, it's a hobby of mine, and I enjoy doing it not for any other reason other than seeing how receptive you are about the information that I can share, and that just it's like a self-feeding loop, right? You get like doing the GA stream this morning. People already commenting, "Oh, I really like this. This helped me out." I appreciate that. I love that. I genuinely love being able to bring you some insights into a career that is it's pretty incredible. So I'm very blessed to be able to do what I do. Image Seeker, welcome back to Commercial Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board. Welcome in. 211 is the barrel for 1 left. Look at that. It's almost like I knew. All right, that VOR constraint is set. 4,000 is set. We'll start the chrono. We want at least 3 minutes. External power's off. APU bleed. Oop, I just said we need 3 minutes, right? So I'm also, fun fact, that's not even a fact, but I get to take the wifey tomorrow. The wifey's coming with me, round trip, so she's going to be on board for my last flight as well. So it'll be fun. We don't want to fume her out, so we need our 3 minutes on the chrono there before we can get the APU bleed going. Are you going to do the walk around tomorrow? You know what, Bills Mafia? I will. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I think I will, Bills Mafia. I think I absolutely will do that. Just, one last yellow walk around. Block fuel be 23.8 instead of 11.9. It absolutely would be a Aviation Blaze. 23.8. You're absolutely right. We would have insufficient fuel. For sure. So, thank you for that. How are we looking on the boarding? We are almost there. We got 216 packs at 173. We are at 1 minute on the chrono. Let's do a quick little brief, shall we? I'll pull out my charts and then I'll read Key 6's super chat. All right, departure. We're on the Dormer. Key 6, thank you for the $10 super chat. Says, wait, you were at Spirit? Glad I could show you some stuff the other day. Congrats on this next chapter. If some captain doesn't want to fly with you, give me a call. Hey, Key 6, man. I appreciate the $10 super chat. Yeah, I know. You'll come fly with me, right? I appreciate that, Key 6. Very kind of you. Thank you for the tour at the facility. Top secret facility. I got the tour with Mr. Key 6, and it was actually very, very cool. I've never seen a process like that in person, you know, the assembly and everything. So that was very cool, Key 6. Thank you again for that. I appreciate you. Mickey G, the fake news PT6 spreader himself. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Kiss that trade table goodbye tomorrow, just in case. I will, Mickey G. I'm definitely going to have to. Just in case. You never know, Mickey G. You never know. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Hopefully you get some single peak engine starts this weekend if you're flying. All right, quick little brief, guys. We're going to start them up both. We'll do a 2-engine taxi out here on the 10.9 page. We'll start them up both, do a 2-engine taxi. We can expect one left. Up and over the bridge, probably going to get some rendition of Golf Juliet and then Whiskey all the way down. 11,000 foot runway, no hot spots. As far as the Dormer 3 is concerned, it's a radar vector departure. We got 4,000 feet set. If we lose one prior to V1, it'll be my decision to reject. After V1, we'll take it airborne straight out, 356,000 feet acceleration altitude, speed up, clean up, we'll come back around. We'll land right back on one left, call it a day, go to the hotel. Nothing's broken with the airplane. 321 for tail strike. That's all I got. No questions. All right, let's clean it up. Aircraft loaded, dismissed. So we'll come over here and we will go to the tab and send that, and then we'll do our takeoff data. 23.8, 145. That looks wonderful. All right, as far as speeds are concerned, one left, dry, force toga, absolutely. Packs on, absolutely. Sync live weather, sync final load sheet, calculate. 54, 61, 61, flaps 2, up 0.8. Beautiful. Send that to the McDo. 54, 61, 61, flaps 2, up 0.8. Thrust reduction 1,000 feet. Engine out is 1510. That looks good. Let's clean it up. APU bleed is coming on. Beacon is coming on. Let's detach and get out of here. Ground cervices. Close it up. Close it up. Toggle U. Call for push, please.
Spirit Wings 224, gate Alpha 17, request pushback.
Spirit Wings 224, Tampa ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east. Spirit Wings 224.
All right, push. So you're gonna have to forgive me for the like messed up camera here. We've been messing with it so much, but we've got that set. Push approved. Faced east. Connect the tug, please. Got a couple company messages. Load sheets coming in. 216 plus 5. We got Jacob landing on the jump seat. Thank you for the $10 super chat, sir. I appreciate you. Cockpit to ground, release brakes. Brakes release, clear to push. Leaving your job you didn't necessarily plan on is something that's hard. I did it recently, but better things are on the horizon. Best of luck. Jacob Landon, my man, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Very kind of you, sir. Appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Better things on the horizon. You're going to get crew meals at the new job. Don't forget that. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, just like my buddy Joe, I'll put on 20 pounds just because of the crew meals. That's all I need. We're going to do real world pushback, which is going to be straight back here pretty much. Except Southwest is coming. Okay, they're parking over there. Make sure your IRL final takeoff is a Toga. We'll see. Wingnut dropping the 99-cent super chat. Couldn't even get a word in with that one, huh, Wingnut? Thanks for the super chat, my friend. Appreciate you. All right, that's close enough. Cockpit to ground, push complete, set brakes. Brakes are set. Clear disconnect. Show me the pin up front. We'll talk to you next time. Yellow electric pump's coming on. Juice up that brake pressure accumulator. Come on. There we go. Accumulator's up. Start one, please. Engine mode to ignition. Start. Shh. Starting one. Guys with the dollar super chats. Hey, at least Turk's the big spender. He went the extra penny with the $1. Thank you, guys. Bills Mafia, thank you for the $5 super chat. How many flights did you have to break up in your time? So how many flights did you have? Oh, how many fights did you have to break up in your time there? I never personally broke up a flight. You never want to get involved in that. Good start on 1 turn and 2. I have had a return of the gate though. That is for sure. Thank you for the £1, David. Did you guys see how gusty it was in Dallas? Yeah, 51 knots at my house, dude. 51 knots at my house. Flight Sim School actually has a very kind 10 Canadian super chat. Says, congrats on the new job. I guess we need to get you #1 tracked on flight radar during your last flight. Hey. Why not, right? Thank you, Flight Sim School. I appreciate the 10 Canadian super chat. Very kind of you, sir. I see a ton of fights on Twitter from Spirit. That's because other airlines pay to hide their fighting and blame it on Spirit. The amount of times I have seen more passenger disruption videos that claim to be on a Spirit aircraft that are not on a Spirit aircraft, and you would only be able to tell by looking at very nuanced things like headrest covers and things like that. I'll be honest with you, there's probably, I'd say probably 60% of the fight videos you see that claim to be on Spirit Airlines are actually on Spirit Airlines. I'd say the other 40% are not. So it's very skewed. Very skewed. All right, well, I guess I'm going to turn the alert box off because that's getting annoying. All the Thank you, though, Scott. Appreciate the $1 super chat, man. Dennis, thanks for the €6. Says, V1, congrats on your new employment. Are you still using V1 Facebook page? Just sent a message, and now I'm not sure if it's still up. You know what? I haven't used it in a very long time, my man. So, not really. But thank you for the 6 zeros. Appreciate you, man. Flaps 2 coming out. Let's do our flight control check from up here. We got full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral.
Bank angle. Bank angle check. Bank angle.
Congrats on the new chapter, Captain. They are lucky to get you. I'm picking up your boy wrong side from LAX this afternoon. Wish me luck on the LAX traffic.
Callie
God,
Simmer.
Bank angle.
Thank you so much for the bank angle check. Appreciate you. And Toxic Magic, thank you for the bank angle check as well. Callie Simmer, that's awesome. You get to pick up Mr. Wrongside. Let him know I said hi. Let him know I said hi. Thank you, Callie Simmer. I got a pumpkin spice latte right next to me, too, so appreciate you. All right, we are ready to go. That's coming there. That's going there. We did that. We did all that. You guys just interrupting my flows here. All right. Let's go.
Spirit Wings 224, request taxi to the active.
Spirit Wings 224, runway 1 left taxi via Golf, Juliet 1, Juliet, Juliet, Whiskey, Whiskey 1.
Runway 1 left taxi via Golf, Juliet 1, Juliet, Juliet, Whiskey, Whiskey 1, Spirit Wings 224.
All right, ramp all the way down, essentially. Brakes released. Not going to be able to say that for a while. We're taking the ramp. Al Loper, the $20 super chat. Thank you, Al. Very kind. The point of a journey is to never arrive. Good luck on continuing the journey ahead. The most important question, are you keeping the yellow iPad case? Al Loper, thank you for the $20 super chat, my man. No, I will not be keeping the yellow iPad case.
Bravo, Bravo 2,
I will not.
Charlie, Charlie, Golf 1, Golf.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate those kind words. And you're absolutely right.
Alpha 4 via Whiskey 5.
You're absolutely right.
Victor Bravo.
Brake check. Pressure 0. Mini brief. All right, we're blasting off runway 1 left on the Dormer 3. Gross weight is 178,000 pounds. We're heavy. Flaps config 2. We got 154, 161, 4,000 blue is set. First fix. RNAV. No, first fix is a manual radar vector leg to Sykes. Any questions? No questions. We already did the flight control check. Taxi checklist, please. Flying Diggs dropping a $50 super chat. Flying Diggs, my man, thank you so much for a massive $50 super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. I look forward to being able to let you guys in on all the new stuff that pops off. So appreciate you, Flying Diggs. On to the next one, right? Very kind. Thank you, sir. Technically, they want us to go Juliet 1 and do the little loop around thingy here. I'm just going to do my own thingy because we're going to do real world thingies. So now we're going to go right here is what we're going to do. Clear left, clear right. I knew something was up when you kept glazing the big front seat. Congrats again, my friend. Andre Henry, thank you for the 5 super. Listen, there is no glazing of the front seat, dude. I stand by this still. The big front seat on Spirit Airlines is the best domestic secret that you will find. I'm telling you, just try it. If you don't believe me, if you got a sub 3-hour flight somewhere, book the big front seat and tell me it wasn't worth it. Come back here to this stream and tell me it wasn't worth it. I guarantee you, it's going to be like buying the Baron or the Bonanza. You're going to be like, okay, well, yeah, for sub 3 hours, that was $330. Delta would have charged $3,000. Yeah, I'll take the big front seat every time. Oh, but I don't. And actually, now you get free water and snacks if you're in the big front seat, so you don't have to complain about filling up your water bottle. Luke is thankful for the 321 there. I see what you did, Luke Wallace. Appreciate you, my man. Very kind. Let's hope we don't fall through the bridge here. Remember we fell through the bridge back in the X-Plane days? Up and over the hill here. Thumper dropping 10 memberships. Thumper, thank you so much, man. Very kind of you. Appreciate the 10 gifted subs. Skyfall, thank you for the support. Says hopefully you didn't skip arm day. Those Boeings, I know it, man. We don't skip arm day. We don't want to fall through this bridge either. I look a little sus here. We're over at Vertical Sim Tampa's got it figured out. I gotta fix that wing view there. All right. Auto brakes max, takeoff config. We're going TARA segment. It's squawk code is set. Whiskey 1 all the way down, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 Hit the like button if you turned on to Victor when you were supposed to turn on to Whiskey one time. Turks! Hey! Add it to the Proby Fund. Turks, thank you for the $20 super chat. Turk, appreciate you. Very, very kind. So, yep, to the Proby Fund indeed. That's a whole nother adventure on the horizon. Like, very excited. Thank you, Turks. Straight to HR from Glaze Me, indeed. Eastern T3, 20-pound super chat. Thank you, Senator. It says, congratulations again, V1. Enjoy the new chapter. Hey, Eastern T3, thank you, my friend. Very, very kind. All right, we're on. Wind shear is not on. Very kind. Thank you, Eastern T3. Whiskey and Victor, same problem at Gatwick. Yeah. You know, Orlando has a confusing taxiway there, too. If you taxi to the northbound runway on the east side, I can't remember what it is. Was it 36 or something? You can get confused. You can go past the end of the runway. Because the taxiway, I think, just keeps going, but the runway ends, so if you're not paying attention, it's gotcha. You've been an inspiration to us all. Thank you for the content, even in the midst of major life changes. Thank you. Here's a dono for those red eye coffees. Hey, Dreamerosity, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, the red eye coffees will be key to staying alive. Very kind, Dreamerosity. Thank you, sir. Wow, Thrustset actually got a membership. The curse has been lifted. Norgan, my man. Wow, thank you all for the support. It's just incredible. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. It says congrats on the new chapter as well. Let's close the current one with a great flight. Indeed, Norgan. Now, we're not going to officially close it technically. I don't have any more flights after this, but on the official closer, I will. We'll do a long haul too. But yes, we're gonna end. This is the last flight, man. So I appreciate you. We're gonna end it with a good one. Thank you, Norgan. Very, very kind. What I want to say is too expensive, so check your text. Thank you, Wigda. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Oh my word.
Spirit Wings 224.
Let's get out of here.
For departure, runway 1 left.
Spirit Wings 224, Tampa Tower, line 310 at 10, fly heading 240, runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 240, runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff, Spirit Wings 224.
I'm trying to set this view right here. See how the sound is not? I gotta. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hold on. All right. There we go. I set the view. All right. We're cleared to go. We are cleared to go. Harish, thank you for the 10 Canadian, my man. Appreciate you. It says, V1 just joined the stream, and I want to say congrats as well. I'll catch up on the news later for sure. Thank you, Harish. Long-time supporter and friend of the channel. I appreciate you, man. I got junior man after my last planned flight at the regionals. Most regional way to go. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm afraid of. Something funny like that happening. We're going to line it up from the left seat one final time, chat. One final time.
Tampa Tower, Avalo 50 tree, visual runway 1 left.
Avalo? Avalo?
Avalo 503, Tampa Tower, continue.
All right. Who's ready to go flying? Joseph Hill. thank you for the $5 super chat. Congrats, V1. Longtime viewer, also started swimming months ago. Learning a lot. Simming. Very cool, man. Thank you, Joseph, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let's make it a good one. Nose forward on the stick. Spool them up 50. Yoga. My rudder pedals are not fixed from the stream we did this morning, chat. My rudder pedals are not fixed from the stream we did this morning, chat. My rudder pedals are not fixed. Oh my word. I can't press on my rudder pedals. The most yellow bus way to go out. Oh my gosh, we're gonna go off the daggone runway. Chat, I have no right turn. I have no right turn. I have no right turn. We're out of the dirt. Oh my god. We're Father right gear up. Oh my goodness. I have no right rudder. Blanco Lirio moment. My word.
Spirit Wings 224, contact Tampa departure.
Contact Tampa departure, Spirit Wings 224. Tampa departure, Spirit Wings 224, 1,718.
Platform.
Wings 224, Tampa departure. Good afternoon. Radar contact, clear direct sights, resume the dormer tree. Climb, maintain 17,000. Clear direct sights, resume the dormer tree. Climb, maintain 17,000. Spirit Wings 224.
Direct to Sykes. You like it? Here we go. Navin. Hard right, bank angle, check to the left. There goes the... Ooh, we're heavy. The flaps are in, slats are staying out. Immersion ruin, chat. Immersion ruin. SB, flap 0. I never fixed my rudder pedals. I went and got coffee. I should have fixed my rudder pedals instead of that. Half takeoff checklist, please. Last flights, no F's given. Oh, dude, that's funny. Look at that thing of beauty right there. Big old 321. Love it. Cold Spirit Ups, yeah, so I took it off-roading. Anyway, I'm going now. 3 greens, thank you for the 3 Aussie, man. Spirit Pilot confirmed with that takeoff. Oh, get out of here, man. Thank you, appreciate the $3 super chat. Of course. Of course. Alright, we're cooking now. Plus 19, look plenty good on the temp. Might have to auto land or use auto brakes so we don't have to hit the brake pedals. There's the bridge that Southwest almost landed on. Wow, look at this breakout though. Beautiful lighting right now. Will you be monitoring your flight into Tampa? I want to hear your voice on live ATC. Oh, will you be? Oh, I actually don't know, Dennis. Will I be pilot monitoring? Yeah, I'm probably going to monitor into Tampa because I want to fly the last leg home. So, yeah, I'll probably be on the radio on the way in. Get to cruise, crap around on the floor to fix rudder pedals, exactly. Wow. That is a scenic breakout though, look at that. Yeah, the sun on the scratches, isn't that beautiful? You better get, yeah, I will adjust that rudder pedals at cruise, okay? Just call the FE hotline. Oh no, please don't do that. Don't do that. I thought we were cool, Cacao. You saw nothing. You see nothing there. Swiss Sauce, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the 2-pack grill today. Thank you, man. Arresto, thank you for the 100 ARS. Congrats on the new chapter V1, long-time viewer and second-time super chatter. Thank you for keeping me company during many hours of doing nothing or studying for my PPL. Cheers from Argentina. Arresto, thank you so much, man. Very kind. I appreciate that. There'll be much more to come. Don't worry. The content is probably going to get real far and few between here in the coming months, y'all. But rest assured, I will be back. Don't worry. At some point, I shall be back. There's 10,000 feet. We'll come down here. We did all kinds of things on that takeoff. We'll copy the active. Nothing to get out of the hard tune, so we'll just put DFW right here on the progress page. We're looking good. We're climbing out 335. It's a straight line. AP1 is engaged. We're rocking and rolling. Unscheduled runway departure. Possible. Oh my gosh. Of course we have to do that, right? Sim sounds are coming down a little bit. Wow, why do the clouds look so amazing right now? Is it just me or do the clouds look extra amazing? More so from just the head-on view. Like, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Alright, wrong side of text me. Incoming Bluebird 757 review with a real 757 pilot. Ooh, Sandman. Sandman's on to something. This is real life. This is real life, chat. Can you imagine? Real 757 pilot. Bluebird 75 review. Why are we saying goodbye, Chicken Wing? Because I will no longer be flying for my airline anymore. My current airline. I missed the yoga. Would it be appropriate to share my vid of your takeoff from already on Discord? Yes, dude. Hey, Joe Plains. I can play it. Will you send it to me on DM? Do you have it with you handy? Because if you DM it to me now, I can play it. That way everybody can see it. So I have one cool thing about this channel. It was completely unintended and never thought it would ever become this. But I've met some really cool plane spotters and just enthusiasts who have DM'd me and reached out and said, hey, can I take a video of your takeoff or you're flying into my airport? And you know, I thank you for being respectful and not sharing it at the times when I had asked you not to. So, but yeah, I've got some pretty cool videos from a couple of you in the chat and on the channel that have taken videos of takeoffs and landings of me. So, yes, if you can send it to me, Joe, again in Discord, I'll play it. Ironically, Joe Plains got a video of me taking off out of Chicago. I was doing my line check. So you can imagine I was super focused on that one. Chris Levin, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the 60 months of support. If you want to stay on the bus here, a lot of 320 operators in Europe, just saying, oh, I know it, man. There's a whole lot of them in Europe. We'll see what the future holds, man. We'll see. Like I said, when I find out something, I will let y'all know. But for right now, it is unknown. All right, flight level 340. Let's check our progress page. So max is 36.8 or 36.6 rather, 34. We're looking good on the way. I'm kind of vibing with the this view here. We got to enjoy the left seat view, chat, because may not be seeing it for a while.
Miami Center, Spirit Wing Wings 281.
Turks, I am. Are you really? You're going to do the same one? Yeah, dude.
Spirit Wings 281, Miami Center.
That should be me. Douglas Phillips, are you gonna, you mean you're going to be in Tampa or in DFW? Douglas, thank you for the $20 super chat, sir. It says, V1, congrats. Over the years, I have enjoyed the content very much and learned a lot from you. I remember a few years ago when you were in Atlanta, I suspected Spirit was your airline. I'm not mean enough to be for that other airline, right? Thank you, Douglas, for the $20 super chat. Very kind of you. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Swim and Climb Friday. Tomorrow's my real one. Swimming. This is my last one on the sim. So I'm doing this stream for multiple reasons. One, I haven't flown the Airbus in a month. We've been flying nothing but Boeings and Barons, so it's probably good to see what the cockpit looks like again. Number two, this is the last time I get to stream as a 321 captain. So, we going. You could fly for Emirates or Cathay. I could. Funny thing is, I've flown with guys in the right seat that were Czech airmen for Emirates. They came over to Spirit. Joe Plains has it sent. Awesome. All right, dude. We'll play that here as soon as we get to the top of the climb. So now I can ask you for the captain from Orlando to Nashville that diverted to Memphis because of storms. Years ago? Like, are we talking a couple of years ago, Josh? No, but I remember being in Nashville one night, ironically, trying to leave Nashville. Our inbound plane diverted, but then they came in super late, and then we ended up continuing on. We ended up flying an unscheduled red-eye. But I don't recall diverting to Memphis in any recent memory. Aaron said, hypothetically, at your new operator, will you be reporting a lot of light chop? Wouldn't you like to know, Aaron? Do you only fly 321s? No, I flew the 19, the 20, and the 21. Spirit doesn't even have 19s anymore, so the A319 is gone, which is sad. I loved that. It was my favorite airplane to fly. I always loved flying the 319s, but Spirit officially retired all of them. I think they only have 20s. Yeah, 20s and 21s and Neos of both. So, am I going to miss the bus? Well, I don't know yet. Divert to Pensacola tomorrow. I'll make sure to get some pics for you. Only if you show me some one peak pics. None of this two peak. Ironically, Mickey G, one of my first flights as a captain, early on when I upgraded, I was going into Pensacola with a heavy 321 and I smashed it in there. Never been to Pensacola before in the Airbus, and it was like my second or third trip off reserve. I get a Pensacola flight, and of course it's friggin' raining, low vis. We're doing the ILS to minimums, 321 heavy. I'm like, golly. Chris, tomorrow, man. Tomorrow afternoon. What does this mean for Bourbon Air? People are asking. What do you mean, what does it mean for Bourbon Air? Your IE love was the first thing that gave it away for me? Yeah. The IEs are just goated, man. When will you get placed on a new bird? I will know on the 19th of November. I think. It's either going to be there or that day or the following Monday. I can't remember. Yeah, Pensacola is a tough field. Dude, even later, I mean, I think if you guys probably remember, I did a Pensacola trip several months ago where I hit Pensacola like three or four times throughout the course of a trip, and every single landing was hard. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fix it. I got a bad one there. I'm gonna grease the next one. Nope, kerplunk. I think I went 3 for 3 with just plunking it on in Pensacola, and I gave up and never went back. What happens if Fenix Jr. flies to PNS Worm Holdings? Hey, you know what? Michael Penix Jr., don't sleep on him, AJ. Don't sleep on him. Thanks for the $3 super chat. Appreciate you, bud. I thought you had meetings. You don't have meetings. You're always here. Jeremy, it is tomorrow, and it is on a 321 Neo. It's on tomorrow on a 321 Neo. Sent you a message on Discord about it? Wild Small World. Absolutely, Turks. Let me look. And then I'm going to watch Joe Plain's video as well. Wow. Yeah, dude. Small world, Turks. That'll be me. I'll be listening up. I'll be listening up for you.
Spirit Wings 1278, contact Tampa, approach 118.5.
Oh, Joe Plains, I see it. Thanks, dude. Yeah.
1278, take care.
I'm going to download it so I can play a full screen here. Cool. All right. Thank you, Joe Plains. Scotty, too. Welcome to Commercial Pilot. Glad to have you on board, sir. We had some rough landings in Philly this morning in the rain. Wind was horrible. Yeah, you guys have been getting some storms out there, huh? Typical 321, doing 1,200 feet a minute here into the mid-25s. All right. I see you. Let's see. Flight plan 23Z sim time. That's 2 hours. That's 5 o'clock local. We'll see. I might sneak a half sim rate in there, so once we get to cruise. I was going to do a green dot, but the green dot I thought I want to do is pretty long. It's like a 45-minute green dot. So I figure we'll save that one for our long-haul send-off when I get my VPN up and running. And if I do get my VPN working correctly, I encourage all of you to fly along. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, I want to watch, what is it? Is it Fly? No, not Fly Dubai. We watched that one. TNT 325. The TNT 325 video is what I want to watch. But it's a 45-minute video, so that'll take us a good 2 hours to break down probably. So we'll save that for a long haul. Oh, is this me in the pad too? That's funny. I'm gonna save this. Save this one. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff here. I got to find, was it Mark who sent me? There was another one I have as well. Also 60 months, that's 5 years. 60 months is 5 years, Chris. Jeez. I can't believe it, man. When did we start this channel? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? I'm insane. Thank you, Chris, for the support, man. Saw your GA stream earlier. I think you mentioned AB9 profile. Oh, I haven't fixed it yet. Check out Team Vodka, see if he has it or not. Blackbird Controls dropping the $20 super chat. Came by to say some patronizing thing about one door closes, another opens. But I just wanted to instead express that I have faith that you'll make the best of all future opportunities. We're all rooting for you, man. Blackbird Controls, very kind. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Very, very kind, man. That's what I hope to do. I hope to make the right decisions, because looking back, I think I've probably made some wrong ones, but I won't actually know until I set the brake when I'm 65. So I'm not retiring. I still got a lot of time left. But thank you, man. I appreciate you, Blackbird. Very kind. Mike P. Oh, Mike P's feeling generous after destroying me on Fantasy this week. Mike P. Thank you for the 50 gifted sub bomb, my man. Very kind. Very generous of you. I appreciate that. Mike P. been around the channel a long time as well. Very kind of you, sir. I appreciate the 50 gifted sub bomb. Consider yourself very fortunate to receive a membership on the last stream as a Spirit Airlines captain. That's just so weird to say that. So weird. Because like, I never thought that was really going to be a thing, you know. Thank you, Mike P. Very kind, dude. Commissioner Mike P. Bill's Mafia sneaking in the $5 super chat. Thank you. I'm trying to save my chat here. It's going crazy because Mike P is so kind. There is really a good short green dot about South African 747. Oh, is there, Bill's Mafia? Maybe we'll watch both on that one. I really want to try to get this stream done in the 2.5 hour-ish time limit. So, because I need some daylight. I haven't had my boat out in over a month, and we got our championship this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So I need to take it out, make sure everything's running, and then catch a little bit of the toilet bowl tonight between Miami and Baltimore. Thank you, Andrew 2109. I appreciate the support, man. Josh FSD, the flight I was referring to was early March 2023. I'd have to check my logbook, Josh. I'd have to check my logbook. Actually, you know what? I might have a copy on my computer right now. Let me see. I do. What date did you say? Early March of 2023. Well, early March doesn't... It's a lot of days in early March, isn't there? It's very possible. If it is, I'll talk about a small world. All right, March. Yeah, Nashville. Well, I was in that January, February, March, April. The only Nashville I see in March was, or close to March really, was April 8th of 23. I flew Nashville to Cleveland and back to Nashville, and then Nashville to Newark, then Newark to Nashville. I did a lot of Nashville in April, so if it was in April, probably, but ironically, I don't have any in March there. What made me choose, let's see, where'd it go? Jeremy's question, what made me choose Spirit after my regional flying? Quality of life, man. So, to this day, what Spirit allows the pilots to do via their contract in terms of schedule flexibility and just quality of life is unmatched from any airline in the country. Not necessarily the highest paid pilots, but there's a lot of nuance to our contract that really allows you to have the time off that you want if you want it. So, like for example, I haven't flown in a month, and you know, I didn't use any vacation time, so pretty rare. That was a big reason. And also, truthfully, when I got hired, I was commuting, Jeremy. I was commuting to the East Coast, and I wanted to live where I live. So I applied to 3 airlines that had bases where I wanted to live, and the first one to call me back is the one I went to as well. So I'm trying to think, like, had I have gotten a call from one of the others at that time, yeah, I probably would have made a different decision, maybe. But also, when I got hired 10 years ago, 2015 was a very different time. It was a very different time in the hiring environment. I mean, you had to be, and I'm not trying to like toot a horn or anything here, but you had to be extremely competitive. And to be competitive meant if you wanted to get on with a legacy carrier, you probably had to have some military background or a lot of extra stuff, whether it's check airman, sim instructoring. I mean, very, very competitive. 7,000 hours-ish, you know, probably. So it was different time. Yeah, 3,500 was the minimum, Sam. 3,500 was the minimum requirement. You had to have, I think, 4,300, somebody said was like the magic number. If that is even true, I don't know.
Wings 224, contact Jacksonville Center 119.1. Have a good
But
afternoon. Center on 119.
back when you got hired at Spirit, hiring wasn't like it is now, though, right? Oh, yeah. It was very Sam. That's why, you know, when people are like, "Oh, I've spent 3 years at my regional and I can't get hired," I was like, really? There were guys when I was at the regionals. There were guys that were there for 10, 11, 12 years that have been trying to get out the entire time. They just couldn't. They just weren't getting hired. A buddy of mine was a Marine Corps Osprey check pilot, like one of the first guys to be checked out on the Osprey, and he got shut down from. He got an interview, which was like a big deal because, like, man, because he wasn't even a captain yet, and he got an interview. We're like, oh my gosh, dude, crazy! That's awesome. You got an interview, and they said no. They gave him the thanks, but no thanks. Dude was like a very distinguished military aviator, flew the Osprey, and then still got shut down. Rooting for you, ready for the 7-3 content. Unknown yet, unknown. 2015 was the year when I gave up flying for a living. It's so hard from 2001 to 2007. It's Chicago pilot. A lot of people did, man. So there was the lost decade. You've probably heard me say that before, but from that time frame that Chicago pilot's talking about, you know, if you were a pilot from 2001 to 2017, you had 9/11 in 2001, you had financial in 2008, and then you had the mergers going on back with Continental United as well. So that kind of set up what's known as the lost decade. So guys literally lost 10 years of their eligibility to fly at the airlines. Oh, the age 65 rule came in. That was it. So you used to have to retire at 60, right? At age 60, everybody retired. So, but between 2001, 2008, age 65 got voted in. So that pushed retirements out another 5 years. Then also the 1500 hour came in after the Colgan air crash. So all of these factors came into play in that time frame that made hiring abysmal. I mean, abysmal numbers. Nobody was hiring. I remember jump seating on the Airbus on a U.S. Airways Airbus going back to Dallas, and the first officer had been at Airways for 22 years. He couldn't hold left seat captain in his base. So, I mean, that's just how, I mean, think about that. 22 years he couldn't hold his base because of the combination of all those factors, the seniority list stuff happening. It was a very different time than it is now. A lot of BS to get hired back then. In those days, 7K was magic number at 10,000 or 1,000 PIC minimum. Yep, CACO, 100% right. If you didn't have 7,000 hours, you probably weren't even going to be looked at. That's why I think Spirit's the one that called me, because I didn't have 7,000 hours. I think I had right at 4,000. Right at 4,000 hours when I got called. Maybe a little less. Maybe not quite 4. I'd have to check. But absolutely. Al W, I missed your super chat, man. I apologize. I missed a couple up there. You're changing seats and I'm moving to Marine Creek. Ooh, here's the changes. Hey, man. Well, enjoy Marine Creek. Hopefully, got some nice weather out there, right? It's a nice little area. Here's the changes, Al. Thank you, man. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Chris Levin, I should be monitoring on 223. I'm only here for the usual NK premium cabin brawl. Thank you, Gus. I'll come back to that, Gus. I got a story. I'll come back to that. Talking about cabin brawls. Diego Eduardo, thank you for the $5 super chat as well. Does the Flight Sim Project site stick work with AB6? Yes, it does. I sent it to XP72. I sent him the my first version 1, and he's got it rocking with the AB6. So XP is rocking, and it's also, I believe, the profiles are still compatible with the AB6 as well. Have to check in the Discord. Okay, so quick story about. I really want to save all these stories for our long haul flight that we're going to do. And we're going to do it in 319s. And it's going to be like a 6-hour flight because we're going to go from Lauderdale to LA in the wintertime. Because it's almost to the year, guys. Almost to the year. My official end date will be 2 days after my official hire date 10 years ago.
Jacksonville Center, Spirit Wings
But about cabin brawl, so I noticed this when I was updating my logbook. So when I was making the decision that, you know what, I'm probably gonna make a move here, and I wasn't sure, you know, like what I was gonna do. So I was like, I'm gonna total everything up. I always kept track of my pretty good logbook care, especially after I upgraded. I logged everything meticulously, leg by leg. When I was in the right seat, I did log it, but I didn't put a lot of the details. Like, you know, when stuff happens now, I always put it in the remarks section of Log 10 Pro. So my logbook is kind of like a journey, if you will. You can look back and you see the remarks sections of things that happen or events or something. You know, I would put in the remarks section. So before then, I really didn't do too much of that. But when I upgraded, I was very meticulous. And I was looking at my logs. I'm like, okay, so I had to find my upgrade in my logbook, because when you go apply to other carriers, they want to know when does your PIC time start and all that. So I'm looking in my logbook to where my upgrade flight was. And literally the second flight after I finished training, my remarks were RTG security needed, or Leo required. RTG means return to gate. And I remember we were pushing off the gate. Right after we pushed off the gate, a fight broke out. We had to return, get law enforcement. And there I am, brand new captain, second flight ever, off of training in the left seat. And I got to deal with that. But yeah, I've had my fair share of them. But like I said at the beginning of the video, man, there's so much fake news on that. I mean, I see 40% of all videos that are quote-unquote Spirit brawls are not even on a Spirit aircraft. So it's just everybody loves to poop on Spirit. Rail Cowgirl, what's up? Yes, no, you got it right. Yeah, no heart attack. We'll still be flying. Schedule will get a little bit different. Things are going to be changing, no doubt, but I'll still be around. I know, Turks, I know. Well, I'll tell you about the time that I was on a Delta Airlines flight, and I watched two people get in a fight so bad that they cracked the overhead bin, and bloodied everywhere. Dude's nose was bleeding, but you never see that one on the news. I've seen fights break out on other airlines. I've seen a fight break out on almost every single airline. Except Southwest. I don't think I've ever been on a Southwest flight when there's been an accident, like a fight. Flying Dig says a lot of my Army colleagues went to AA. They're loving it. I remember 10 years ago, Rotary was met with strange looks. Yes, exactly. I thought you were the Spirit plane that got too close to Air Force One about a month ago. Oh yeah, I saw that too. The comms of that. The second flight as PIC on the 707, I had spoken fumes of unknown origin over Dallas. For real, Mickey G? Dude. Well, that's how it happens, you know? They always tell you your first 100 hours after upgrade are going to be the most exciting. You're going to see stuff that you've never seen before because you're a first-time captain. You're upgrading. So they call it the, what is it? Your high mins. When you're a high mins captain. So after you upgrade, you have 100 hours where your minimums are restricted. So a 200.5 mile visibility approach, you can't even shoot. You have to have, I forget what it is. It's like a mile vis. Someone probably knows the reg. I haven't been a high mins captain in a while, but yeah, when you're on high mins, your first 100 hours, you'll have fights, you'll have fumes, you'll have diversions, you'll have all kinds of crazy things. Oh yeah, plane spot video. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Let me turn the sim down. So I was going to find another one. I have another cool one from, I believe it was Digital Merc as well. I'll see if I can find it on my hard drive here. We'll make it full screen. So this was taken by Joe Plains, Tower at Ray. Shout out to Joe Plains. And I was on, I know exactly what this flight was. So this is the flight that I had a line check on. So I have a check airman in the jump seat, and we're doing a line check flight from Chicago back to Fort Lauderdale. And it's the last flight of my 4-day. And I wanted to commute home after this. So let me see if I can. That's not. Why won't it pick up? Why won't it pick it up? Oh, that's weird. It won't let me do it when it's in full screen, so I'll do it like this. So I remember we got, so, you know, of course, line check, right? So you're not going to be flying any faster. Then you're not going to be cutting any corners. Not that you would cut corners anyway. It's just, you know, you got to be, if anything, you're going slower than your normal pace because you don't want to miss anything silly, and just a little extra pressure with the check air. And we get into Fort Lauderdale, and I had to, I took a taxi to Miami, and I think I was posting in the Discord where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to survive this, but if I don't tell my wife I love her, I tried to get an Uber. Uber was like 30 minutes, and I couldn't wait 30 minutes. So I walked up to the taxi cab that was there, and I said, how fast can you get me to Miami Airport? And he said, put your seatbelt on. And dude, I was pinned to my seat the entire ride. He got me from Fort Lauderdale to Miami in, I think, like 17 minutes. I mean, it was insane. But yeah. All right, so here we go. So this is the takeoff. I'm pilot flying on this one. Looks like there's a 330 or something landing behind us. A321neo. No dirt. Yeah, that's a new bird, actually. That was a very new bird. I remember it was on the first logbook. That was a very new bird. We didn't take off from the dirt. Yeah, we were on centerline, so that couldn't have been me. Boris Audio Pack. Let's do one more. That sounded pretty cool. Let me turn the sound. Make sure the sound's all the way up. Hold on. All right, let's try one more. I like the sound of that Neo. And proof that simming is harder than real life. It is. X-Plane 13. Packs on. Notice real airplanes have gear doors. Unlike the 7.3. Real airplanes have gear doors. Nice bright LED lights, yeah. Looks like 2020 with the PS filter. You should be proud. I made the Switch 24. Titus, nice, man. Welcome on board. The bright side. I feel for you having to prep for that logbook review. That was quite the stress. Oh, dude, for that. Yeah, I know. The carrier that... so, funny thing, Sam and I were interviewing with the same carrier, and they are very particular on logbooks. And we were both sweating it, making sure everything was perfect. And it's kind of cool, though. Like, I'm glad I did it, because now my logbook is perfect, and it'll be much easier. It's like a milestone, right? So, like, I have actual physical nice logbook now. It's not just digital. And then, you know, hopefully the next 20 years I can, 30 years, 20 years, 20, 30 years, 40 years. I don't have 40 years like some people. To add on to that. My cousin is still an FO Spirit. Worry about his future. I mean, here's the thing with Spirit. I don't actually, I still don't believe, and again, we'll probably revisit some of these conversations. Oh, hold on. Log 10 Pro, Mickey G, Log 10 Pro.
Spirit Wings 224. Have a good afternoon.
So,
Jacksonville Center, Spirit Wings
gotta wait for this
224,
fake pilot to stop
flight level
talking.
340.
Spirit Wings 224, Jacksonville Center, copy.
I don't think Spirit's going to go away, as in, like, the pilots are all going to be on the street. They're going to close up shop. I think there is going to be a purchase. I think there's going to be, someone's going to buy them. There'll be a merger. Who it is, I don't know. Obviously, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be anybody that is worth the continued stress for, or else I wouldn't be making a move. You know, I'm very comfortable with where I'm at in terms of my seniority and how everything worked out. But I've said it before too, is like, you know, seniority of, you know, you could be 30% of, you know, 4,000 pilots is one thing, but when you shrink down to 2,000, now you're at 50% again. You're going backwards, right? Now, hopefully that everything is temporary and things will pick up, but you just never know. I think it'll be, I don't know, JetBlue will be the smartest one. I don't think it'll be JetBlue, man. I think it's going to be something weird. If it's not Frontier, I think it'll be something we don't expect, like a Sun Country or just something that we don't really expect happening. I hope it's not Southwest, because I might regret jumping ship if Southwest does purchase them. I mean, it would kind of make sense for Southwest to buy Spirit, because they kind of want to get rid of their dependence on Boeing. They want to get into DFW, but I don't know. I really think that's kind of a pipe dream. I don't know. Of the legacy carriers, do I think anyone's going to buy Spirit? I do not. I think the dark horse, if there was a dark horse worst case scenario for me, it would be finding out that United is buying Spirit. The only reason I think it would make sense, not even make sense, the only reason I could see United buying Spirit is because the CEO of United is obsessed with pooping on Spirit. And anything about the airline world, whatever a CEO says they're doing, they're probably doing the opposite. He's publicly stated for no reason that they're not buying Spirit. He's publicly stated that Spirit is out of business. He's publicly stated a bunch of stuff, and it's just kind of weird. And then you look at the South Florida presence. So Spirit being headquartered in Fort Lauderdale has a pretty good presence there in South Florida. The only competition is American in Miami. And if somebody bought Spirit and they gained access to owning Fort Lauderdale, they could really open up South America operations and really put the foot to the metal with competition going south with American there. So I could, on the surface, I could see a dark horse play by somebody like that to get Fort Lauderdale. But it also doesn't mean that, you know, they're going to buy Spirit and everybody would just work for the airline that bought them. It could just mean they buy the airline and take the planes or take the gates and get rid of the planes, get rid of the pilots, take half the pilots. Like, you don't know. There's so many different things that can happen, and Spirit doesn't have what's called fragmentation protection. So fragmentation protection basically ties pilots to airplanes. So if you get bought and someone is taking your airplanes, they have to take the pilots. Now, this happened to AirTran back in the day when Southwest bought AirTran. They did not have fragmentation protection, and essentially what Southwest did said, hey, you're going to take this piss-poor seniority integration, and AirTran said, no, we're not, but they didn't have fragmentation protection, so Southwest leveraged their airplanes, taking their airplanes, saying, okay, well, we're just going to keep taking your airplanes, and you're not going to have anything to fly, and then you'll be on the street. So you can either sign this joint CBA or contract and take this poo-poo seniority integration and have a job, or you can be on the street and we're just going to fragment you to death. So that's what happened in the past, and that is still a possibility with certain acquisitions in present day. Now, what's not illegal anymore is stapling, but that is a way to staple someone willingly, kind of. So stapling means You buy an airline and you take their pilots and you just put them at the bottom of your seniority list. American was notorious for this. They did this to TWA back in the day. And if you were a 15-year, 18, 20-year 747 captain and you got bought, you were then placed, or were going to be placed essentially on the bottom of the seniority list to a new hire that had been hired for a year. That was so awful and treacherous and caused a lot of issues for so long. Now, TWA fought to get rights back and seniority back, etc. That there's actually a law in place now that prevents stapling. I believe it's McCaskill bond. And then there's also another law in place that kind of prevents just flat out destroying the other carrier's perspective quality of life. But that has to do with union stuff. And it's very confusing and convoluted. But essentially what I'm trying to say is there's really no safe merger acquisition. Just because someone is going to buy somebody, like say someone's going to buy Spirit, it doesn't mean it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. Someone could buy Spirit and it could get even worse for the crews there. You just don't know. That's just this career. When you sign up to do this career, you have no idea what you're signing up for. You won't know until you set the brake for the last time. So it all depends, man. It all depends. Who knows? But yeah, that's what Sam means by they could buy the assets. My company fractional stapled back in the day and those captains are still salty. Well, very believable, man. You could also close your base. Yep, 100%. Sam's also right. They'd close the base. Get bought by an airline that doesn't have a Dallas base. They don't want a Dallas base. There goes the Dallas base, right? Or there's, they could put up fences for years, 10-year fences. Yeah, the mechanics. That was a big one, rough landings, right? As a condition of the TWA purchase, American would not bring on the mechanics. That's right. So there's a whole lot of politics and just unfortunate realities inside the airline world. Put this up here. Let me see where we are on the map. We never did our ETP shifting. Actually, we took off from Tampa, so we're fine. What I'm going to do... Turk. I thought you said... There we go, just a little 2x. We're going to sneak just a little 2x, just a little bit. Not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to do a little 2x.
2569, contact Jacksonville Center 120.2. Have a good one.
I'm going to hang out on the jump seat here.
Contact Jacksonville Center 120.2, American 2569.
Realism mode, right? Get comfy while you can. Thanks for the 50 Swedish krone, Chris Levin. Appreciate you. Aviation really feeds on the dreams of people wanting to be pilots. Yes, indeed. Imagine if NASA and other space agencies treated people like that. Yeah, absolutely. Aviation is a very unforgiving business. Oh yeah, rotor pedal. I just felt my rotor pedal slip again.
Contact Houston Center 127.65, Spirit Wings 224.
If Barry Seal was still in business, he would have enough money to buy Spirit by now. That's true. Isn't it true that Spirit and Frontier don't actually own those new airplanes? At least what I've heard, a lot of the Neos are cheaper to insure, which is why ULCCs love them. I don't know about cheaper to insure. I mean, that would make sense, right? It's probably cheaper to insure a new airplane than an old airplane. But it's very rare for airlines to own their airplanes when they first get them. They lease them. Or they're making payments on them, right? So, but you're absolutely right. Spirit at one point owned all of the airplanes. Matter of fact, I think when I got hired, they owned all the airplanes. We had new CEO. The last CEO that was at Spirit pretty much train wrecked this company with their decisions, and just spent way more money than we should have spent. Leased a bunch of airplanes, leased back a bunch of airplanes, got rid of airplanes that we owned prematurely. All the 319s were paid off. They were approaching heavy check, heavy maintenance, but for a low-cost carrier, when you get to that massive heavy check where they take the wings off and they take everything out it is such an expensive process, and combined with the time down, there's a cost assessment that's done, and I guess they just figured that they didn't need the 319s anymore. But of course, guess what happens right when Spirit got rid of the 319s? Pratt & Whitney comes out with engines that poop the bed. So you combine that with the post-COVID recovery and a lot of other expenses that were put on the company for training facilities and new headquarters and new sim buildings and all this stuff. Just the worst possible timing. Well, Vodka, that's what they're doing right now. So they're shedding debt and they're getting very small. They're shedding debt and they're getting very small, which in my opinion is going to set them up prime for a purchase. I just don't know who or why or what yet. The Pratt & Whitney issues were really the nail in the coffin. Yeah, they pretty much were the nail in the Pratt issue. And when we talk about, so on our long haul, I'm not going to get into it on this one because we're going to talk a while about it. But the timing, if you look at the timing of the way things work out, it's unbelievable how many things went wrong at the exact time they went wrong for Spirit. And parallel to that, you have moi making decisions, paralleling those bad things that are happening at Spirit, and it put me into some interesting position, career-wise. So I'll get into that on our long haul. I'll be able to speak a little bit more freely then. So. But yeah, it's just it's borderline comical when you line it all up on a map. You're like, what? When it rains, it pours. Exactly, Bill's Mafia. How many pilots have left Spirit who aren't on full furlough? There's about 40 a month over the last couple of months that have been leaving. Maybe a little bit more than that. Now, I don't actually know the number who aren't on furlough. I don't know if those guys are on furlough and they're leaving as well. We get attrition numbers, but those numbers for attrition, I don't know if they are on the seniority list or furloughed. 40 a month. Sam, there was, when Republic went through its first bankruptcy, when I was there, we were losing like 80 to 100 a month pilots. All making lateral moves because they thought Republic was toasted. Oh, I bet there's going to be a lot this month, Turks. I bet there's going to be a lot this month. There's an entire chat for just NK pilots going to X airline. And there's a whole lot of names in there, and I'm seeing names of some... I mean, I would consider myself senior, but I'm not very senior. 10 years, I think, okay, you're pretty senior at 10 years. But I'm talking 17, 18, 19, 20 year guys that I see in X chat group. I'm like, wow, okay. There's a lot of mothballed Spirit planes at Goodyear. Yes, indeed. I saw the other day, I was driving by. Yeah, Nate Williams. You know what's funny is I accidentally picked up a trip to fly an airplane to, what is it, MZJ? The one in Arizona. Not Goodyear, the mothball one. And I didn't realize what it was until when I picked it up, and I saw, oh, so after that, then you double deadhead back out of limo to Tucson, then get on a plane to Dallas. Marana. So I dropped it for a Tampa turn because I was like, I don't want my last flight to be a ferry flight to the desert. I mean, ironic, but I wanted to do a two-legger. Would you ever consider becoming a sim instructor? Sam, I would love to, man. I love teaching. I enjoy teaching. The only reason I didn't do it here was because you had to be, our sims were in Lauderdale, and you would have to spend an entire month at a time in a hotel, and I just didn't want to do it. I pulled my check airman request before it got up. Like, I don't know if I was going to get picked or not, but it was looking pretty good. But when we made the last move from Atlanta and everything was shrinking, I knew I was going to be commuting possibly, and I didn't want to commute to a check airman line, so I respectfully pulled that as well. But yeah, I have always I've enjoyed training. I trained at my freight operator. That was a 135 operation. I was a training captain there. I've always enjoyed teaching, so I think in the future, man, I would love to do that. How is it determined who to send furlough? It's it's bottom up. So Dennis, it's bottom up seniority. So you have a seniority list, right? Number 1 is the most senior pilot. Number 4,000 is the most junior. Now let me tell you about this. We'll get into furlough here real quick. So furloughing traditionally goes bottom up, right? You take the most junior guy because it's involuntary. So they're saying, hey, your services are no longer required, so we're going to furlough you. Now, there is a bid that comes out when a furlough happens where you can voluntary furlough. Now, a voluntarily furlough means maybe you have a class date at another airline, a job offer at another airline. Maybe you're a few months from retirement and you want to save a junior pilot's job, so you take a voluntary furlough. Now, here's the key. A voluntary furlough, per our contract, will pay you X amount of months of salary based on your longevity. So I think at 8 years, after 8 years of seniority, if you take the voluntary furlough, you get 4 months paid at your pay rate. Well, Spirit did this a while back, but they realized that there was a lot more captains taking voluntary furlough than they wanted, and they ended up paying people. They had to pay captain rates to let people go. So for the next furlough bid, they ran 2 bids. They ran a displacement bid first, meaning they forced captains to downgrade. If you couldn't hold captain, you were going to be downgraded. You were forcefully downgraded from the left seat back to the right seat. Then they ran a furlough bid for first officers only. So you couldn't even take a voluntary furlough as a captain because they didn't want to pay you out if you were trying to save someone else's job. So the last round of furloughs was all first officers because they wouldn't even allow voluntary first officers or voluntary captain furloughs. But yeah, it's always bottom up unless you voluntary out. We have instructor pilots. Make sure to reach out about it when you're going through the schoolhouse. Oh, for sure, Turks. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that before. I definitely will. Why not stick it out with Spirit versus reset to the bottom of a new airline? That's a great question, Tender Aviation, and I battle with that daily. Because what are you sticking it out for? You stick out for nothing? What if there's nothing to stick it out for? What if they do close up shop? You know, what if it takes 7 years to get back? If it takes 7 years to get back to where they were now, right? Get your pay back, get your seniority back. Here's the other thing. In parallel to Spirit struggling extremely, right? Spirit is one of the few. There's a few others struggling as well. JetBlue, Frontier, they're all struggling as well. The other carriers, American, Delta, United, Southwest, Alaska, are posting, recording, record profits, incredible numbers, strong portfolios. And at the same time, those airlines are hiring. So there is, you're still in, you have this parallel universe happening. You have one airline that's literally furloughing people and saying, we have too many people on property. We don't need you here. We don't want to pay you anymore. You're costing us money. We're shrinking. And in the parallel world of aviation, you have other airlines that are wide open hiring. Like, hey, we've got a lot of guys retiring. We need pilots. So we're hiring. So it's kind of a silver lining, because guys that are getting furloughed, there are options at other airlines right now. The other airlines are hiring, and they're doing pretty good. Now, each airline has its own hiring wave. The front of any hiring wave is pretty much gone. American is probably the best option in terms of how many retirements they have to go through still. Delta is probably the worst. They've already pretty much hired everybody that they need for retirements. They're just hiring based on, normal hiring levels. So you have two universes. You have parallel universes going on right now. So if I decide to stick it out, if I'm wrong, by the time I want to make a move, there's going to be nowhere to go. So I could make a move now, start over, and gain back a little bit of what I've lost and still have a pretty good career. And that's kind of the safe out, right? So that's the decision that I've been forced with, and I've finally made. What did Spirit look like at its healthiest point? 2016 printing money, Jeremy. We ran like a top. 2016, 2017, 2018, heck, even 2019. Up until 2020, Spirit had some of the best margins, if not the best profit margins of all the airlines in the country. Everything ran like a friggin' top. Maintenance was on point. Crews were on point. Well, the crews have always been on point. That's one thing I will say. The crews at Spirit have been incredible. Spirit is still technically if not, it's the safest airline in the country, and it is one of the safest airlines in the world. So amidst of all of this chaos happening around the flight crews, they are still locked in, and they are still performing at very high levels. But I would say the healthiest point, Jeremy, was probably between 2016 to 2019. That 3-year span was just perfect, like just really good. And that led the new CEO at the time, he's gone now, but that led the next CEO to come in, spent a ton of money, tons of aircraft orders, tons of financial money spent on new buildings, training centers, etc. Knew this, knew that. And then guess what happened in 2020? COVID. Shut that down. Okay, big gut punch. We just took on all this debt, and now nobody's flying. Okay, we're trying to slightly recover. Pratt & Whitney engines suck. Everything's grounded. That's another gut punch, right? So you have these, that's what I was talking about, the timing of things happening. That really just, it's incredibly unfortunate that the things happened in the time that they happened. Because had they have happened at any other moment in time or more spaced out, the situation may not even be as serious as it is now. Yep, Ben Baldanza, the old CEO, yep. This might be a dumb question, but seniority by career, by carrier, or is it by type at that carrier? So seniority is only by your airline that you get hired by. You can't carry over any seniority. So when I start over at a new airline, I will be lower than whale poop. You are the bottom of the barrel. Actually, I won't be the bottom of the barrel because there's actually a few guys below me in my class already. I saw the class list. So technically, I won't be the plug. That just means I'm older now. Ironically, at every point in my airline career, I have been the plug until now. So now it just means I guess instead of ahead of the game, I'm kind of normal game now. I was ahead of the game for a very long time. I was the youngest pilot. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was the second youngest pilot Spirit had ever hired. And the guy in front of me was by a month. But I was the second. I was supposed to retire number 1. Excuse me. Well, yeah, it would be. No, I was supposed to retire number 2. Number 2. But number 2 of 2 means nothing. Hi, it's me. I'm whale poop. But then when they're about to merge with Frontier, oh, yes, Gus is right. And I actually believe Gus. So we talked about the timing of everything, right? So COVID, Pratt & Whitney stops flying. And then, here we go. This is huge. How could I forget, Gus? You absolutely brought it up. Great point. So Spirit has been punched in the gut and then punched in the throat. And then they're like, okay, we're going to save ourselves because we're merging with Frontier, which is what I believe the old CEO, Ted, was brought on to do. The entire operation from about 2019 to the announcement of the merger with Frontier, the OG merger, was basically aligning the two airlines to come together seamlessly and be the ultimate low-cost carrier and dominate. And by dominate, I mean shut down JetBlue, shut down Sun Country, shut down, maybe not necessarily shut down, but I mean really put the heat on the smaller low-cost carriers. Because if Frontier and Spirit came together back then, it was going to be domination in the low-cost market. Now, this has nothing to do like American, United, Delta. I mean, it's not even close to their market share. So there's no threat to those carriers. But in the low-cost carrier, that was going to propel them to be dominant. And guess what happens? JetBlue CEO is like, we can't let this happen, so we're going to announce the purchase of Spirit. We know it's not going to work out, but we're going to do it anyway to submarine the competition, because if it doesn't work out, Spirit is going to be in trouble. If it does work out, we buy Spirit and we stop the merger from Frontier, and we can still survive. I firmly believe that it was a strategic move by JetBlue to stop that merger. I don't believe they ever wanted to actually merge with Spirit for Spirit. It's like oil and water. JetBlue and Spirit, operationally, fleet-wise, route-wise, just oil and water. Just oil and water. So I think it was a strategic move, and it worked out. And then the JetBlue CEO retired, took a hefty bonus, and now he's a manager of domestic Airbus. Give me a break. So then Spirit got punched in the balls, and that was it. And they declared bankruptcy. So they got punched in the gut, they got punched in the throat, and then they got punched in the balls and declared bankruptcy.
What do you think about the A350 by Inibuilds? And second, which one would you recommend, the A350 by Inbuild MD or the 777-300 by PDMG?
Thank you, man, for the big check. I highly recommend PMDG. 350 from Inibuilds is pretty good. I like it. Thank you, Dinka. Welcome to Commercial Pilot. I appreciate you. King Bob's Kingdom. I'm about to have a traffic conflict here. That's okay. I'm going to go a little bit further to TOD, and then we'll go into real time. King Bob's Kingdom, thank you for the $25 super chat. Appreciate you. Props on the GA stream earlier. Lots of great information in there. Well worth a watch. Cheers to the next chapter of your career. Hey, King Bob, thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $25 super chat. Very kind of you, man. Hey, Miss V1's in the chat. Hopefully, it's going to be fine, right? It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Hey, did you tell the girls that we're going to take the boat out? It'd be interesting if they merge now, how Sun Country, JetBlue, Avelo, Breeze do, if more mergers go on. Sioux Flyer, I think there still has to be consolidation. I think there's going to be consolidation at the low-cost level. We just don't know what it's going to look like yet. I still think it has to happen. Dreamerosity says, I'm starting to see why Miss V1 lets V1 stream. It helps keep the airline talk outside the house. That's right. We rarely talk airline stuff inside the house. That is true. AJ, thanks for $3 super chat. JetBlue straight up saboteured that deal for a reason. 100%, AJ. JetBlue the saboteurs. JetBlue the saboteurs. Things may be bad, but not as bad as the Jets or them boys. Oh my gosh. Could you fly 737 or 757s at your new operator? Wouldn't you like to know? What are you talking about? We don't talk about... Well, lately we've been talking a lot about decision making at home. That is for sure. I was going to stick it out at Spirit to see how the merger with JetBlue went, but I'm glad I left for United when I did. I only had 2 years of seniority to give up, so the choice wasn't too tough. Oh, for sure, Renegade Amish. That's awesome, man. Well, congrats on getting out. Hope you're enjoying United. Yeah, I think if anybody on property, like at Spirit, if you're less than 4 years, everybody, you should be trying to get out. If you're 4 years or less and you have 20 plus years of your career, you should be getting out. But that's just me. It's obviously much harder, you know, me at 10, but I don't know. Here's the other thing too. We talked about it a little bit. I'm fatigued. This whole saga of bankruptcy, furlough, merger, blocked merger, maybe a merger, more furlough, base closure, downgrade, furlough. The saga continues, and I'm just tired of it. And if there was no, like we talked about a minute ago, if there was no parallel universe of other carriers, good carriers, hiring at the rate that they're hiring, I would 100% stick it out, ride the ship, right? You just got to ride the ship all the way under the waves. But because of the parallel universe where there's other carriers that are wide open and hiring, I have to make a decision, and I've made one. So, did aircraft options impact your decision at all? No, not really. Tender aviation, a little bit. Not really, though. Could an EU operator buy Spirit? I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. So back in the day, in the first bankruptcy, at the first bankruptcy of Spirit, it was disclosed that they were shopping Spirit to, what's the white South American carrier? Was it Latam? The white livery? I think it's Latam. They were shopping it to Latam. They were shopping it to a Mexican low-cost carrier. They were shopping the airline to another one that was random that I was like, what? And then I think Frontier as well was there. 184, whiny, beautiful. That's what we're going to do. We got about 120, not even, about 80 miles to TOD, and then we'll go real time and fly the whole approach. I tend to agree. I'm sitting at a ULCC, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen. Sioux Flyer for sure, man. Aviation is a dog. It hasn't been the same since 2001. Grew up with the MEP, and those are the good days. I know. Yeah. Funny how I found you as an old E-Jet video. That is funny, man. Love the E-Jets. Pro tip for young pilots, don't fall victim to shiny jet syndrome. Shiny jet syndrome has derailed many careers. It has indeed. Choose where you fly based on quality of life, not what type of plane you fly. Well said, Turks. That's 100% true. At the end of the day, it's just a different paint job outside, man. It's really just a different paint job outside. We all do the same stuff. You know, a 777, well, let's take wide body out of the factor for this analogy, but, you know, a 321 Captain at United is doing the same thing that a SkyWest guy is doing.
For someone who don't buy planes for high fidelity reasons, because I'm not a pilot and I just choose a controller.
You know, it's doing the same thing on a CRJ 200.
Which one would you recommend, the A300
just a different paint job outside,
versus
man.
PDMG 777-300?
Go with the PMDG, man. Go with the PMDG for sure. Thanks for the back angle check, man. PMDG. Will you continue to fly the 320? That is TBD. That is TBD. Justin says there's one carrier may or may not be based in Dallas. They have something like 800 plus pilots retiring this year alone. I'm sure other are in the same situation. Yep. For sure. Yep. QOL always. Quality of life always. But V1 in the Spanish. AJ. Go back to your meetings. Leave me alone. Harassment. Would you ever want to do international wide body? I get asked this question a lot. My answer remains the same. No. Just in my current phase of life, I don't desire to do that. Now, I'm not saying I'll never want to, but I was never the type of pilot that set out that's like, oh, I got to fly a wide body. I got to fly a wide body. I was always focused on how can I get out and back the quickest and come back home? And there's guys that are all about the wide body. I have a lot of friends that do the same thing. I have guys that, you know, all they want to do is fly wide body. Did everything they can to get on, go fly cargo. Now, I will say this. If there was a commercial operator that was flying the 747 still, I would be trying really hard to get on with them. But we'll see. I mean, it just the way that I am right now, I don't desire to do that. I don't love long flights, I'll be honest with you. Like I'm the kind of guy, say, what's your ideal trip? A 2-day trip with like a noon start or even a 3-day trip with a noon or evening start and like a mid-afternoon finish, and we do 3 legs a day that are all under 2 hours. Like, I love that. Day goes by fast, trip goes by fast. You're gone long enough with 3 days that you don't feel like you're driving all the time. So that would be my ideal trip. And some people are like, well, I want a 4-day trip that starts early on day 1. I want 1 leg across the country. Then on day 2, I want 1 leg back across the country. Day 3, I want 1 leg back the other way. And day 4, I want 1 leg back home. And for me, that sounds miserable. Go fly Atlas with 74 gear. Yeah, well, you know, if this whole new airline thing doesn't work out, I may apply to Aerosucre, try to get on the 727. It is, Josh. That's pretty cool. Roberto, what's up, man? No more 320. That's TBD on the 19th, Roberto. TBD. Big changes happening, man. Big changes, Roberto. But doesn't stop me from using the Throttletek A320 Flightbox. So still going strong, man. 6 years in. Works like a top. What airline are you joining? Just got here. That is TBD, Fiber. TBD. Are notice periods in the thing for the U.S.? Yes. Matter of fact, there is 300 more furlough notices, 364 actually, that were sent yesterday. So you will be notified from the company that you are getting a FedEx envelope with tracking, and that is your official warn letter. You're put on warn that your job is potentially going to be going away, which is a furlough. And I think in the U.S. it goes by state, and because we have employees in New York, that we are required to publish those. If we did not have employees in that state, I don't think you have to. I think it goes by state. But something like that, yeah.
Spirit Wings 224, descend via Whiny 4 arrival, Dallas Fort Worth Airport landing runway 18 right, altimeter tree 007.
No, we're going to land to the south. Or we're going to land north, I think.
Descend via Whiny 4 arrival.
Alexandra Bellini dropping the 50 gifted subs. Alexandra Bellini, very, very kind. Thank you so much for the 10, for the 50 sub bomb here on the channel. I appreciate that. If you pick up a membership from Alexandra Bellini, please shout them out, say thank you. Very, very kind. All these gifted subs on the last 321 Captain stream. Now we're approaching TOD rapidly. As soon as we hit it, we will go sim rate normal and fly the approach. And we're going to save a lot of the stories and a lot more of this conversation for a 7-hour long haul 319 celebration flight next week. Let's get 300. Yeah, can we get 300 likes? Can we get 321 likes since we're in a 321? Let's make that the goal for the day. 321 likes for the stream.
Spirit Wings 224, contact Fort Worth Center 135.25.
Center on 135.25, Spirit Wings 224.
All right. Time to go back to work.
Spirit Wings 224, descending via Whiny 4, flight level 340.
Spirit Wings 224, center.
Here come the engines coming back. Robert S., thank you for the £3, man. Congrats on the move. Did you tell Flighttek to sim? Not yet. I'm waiting to have the official fleet type before I say anything. Although, did you see my 737 MAX landing the other day? Man, I'm coming for the Flighttek to sim, dude. I'm greasing that thing. I've got the 7.3 panel now. Like, there we go. 50 because I'm not going to drop subs for a future Boeing driver, Alexandra Bellini. Oh, come on. You love it. Smash that like button. Thank you, Real Cowgirl. Appreciate you. Would you consider long haul when your kids are older, potentially? Yeah, Sam, for sure. I think that has a lot to do with it, Sam. Yeah. I think you're absolutely correct. Oh, rudder down. We've got to fix the rudders, chat. And Alexandra dropped a second 50. My goodness. Alexandra Bellini, thank you so much again. That's 100 gifted subs. Unbelievable. Thank you for the support. No more subs for a Boeing driver, huh? All right. I appreciate it, Alexandra. Thank you. All right, we're going to land on 3.6 because the winds are 280. So we're going to land on 3.6. We're going to stick with the plan. We're not going to listen to... we're going to land on 3.5 center. Well, I can't even keep up with the chat, so I'm going to just do this real quick while the chat gets set. I believe it's 763. What is the winds? 280 at 10 and 3014. Temperature 17. All right, we're down on the whiny 4. We got a 290 knot restriction. There it is. We're probably going to be cooking. Any crazy DFW stories? Most DFW stories are weather related. No more subs for Boeing driver. Thank you again, Alexandra Bellini. Unbelievable. Had 163 new members. Thank you, Alexandra. Very kind. I did fly the 738 MAX, man. It is a butter machine. V1 is going to be a 7.3 driver for PMDG 7.3 and 24. Oh my goodness. All right, what I do have to do, guys, is I have to fix these rudder pedals. So give me a second. You have control because we got a crosswind down there, so we got to fix these rudder pedals. I'll be right back. I think that'll do. I think that'll do, chat. All right. So hot in here, I feel like I'm gonna die. Gonna be a Metroliner driver. That would be something. Spirit 224 maintained best forward speed until howdy. Best forward until howdy. Soon to be a Falcon 9 driver. That'd be something. Man, what this HQ really needs is a window. Quick 320 question. When I start my Fenix 320, it always says smoke detector fault. Why is that? Because that means it hasn't powered up yet, so it's detecting a fault. Normal. Normal. As long as it clears up after a couple of minutes after you guys everything booted up, it should be good to go. Enjoy the left seat view, chat. Is that Lake Fork down there? Yes, it is. Good bass in that lake. Overfished, though. Kind of a mid-lake. Are you thinking you might get a bit choked up? Last time you say spirit wings on frequency? I don't know if I'll get choked up. It'll definitely be sad, though. Back when I was at the regionals, I wanted to fly the A330 doing the round trip to San Juan. 1-day trip. Home every night, wide body itch soft. That's awesome, man. V1 will soon become a 727 driver before GTA 6. MG Butters, it sounds about right. Were you landing in Dallas or Fort Lauderdale? When landing a larger plane like the 737, do you decrab? Yes. I decrab. Well, I don't fly crab. Yeah, you decrab before you round out and flare. All right, 3009 is set. Seatbelt sign is coming on. Should I practice my final announcement? I don't even know how. Some coffees to spill on the new flight deck. Haven't been here for at least 6 months. Kind of shocked what I've missed. I wish you and your family the best. Nice to hear you being kind of excited. Yeah, Robert, thank you so much, man, for the 12 euros. Appreciate you. I'm definitely excited. It's scary, not going to lie. I mean, it is still scary because it is a lot, dude. It's a lot to give up 10 years. It's a lot to start over, and this industry is unknown. You know, someone could drop a bomb tomorrow, and now every airline's furloughing, and now I'm out on the street with no job because I left my safe security, my seniority number, right? So you never know, dude. You never know. Goodyear blimp driver. Aviation and football all in one. How did I get into flight sim? YouTube streaming. Well, I got into YouTube streaming because of I saw the need to make videos about the Airbus, because at the time there was no Airbus videos on YouTube, and I was flying the Airbus, and the Tolas had just released, and the Flight Factor was getting ready to release, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make some videos of my own. And then I ran out of time to make video edits and videos, so then I started live streaming. But I've always been into flight sim, man, ever since at a young age, trying to mess around FS98 2000. I've flown them all from 98 forward, man. Flown them all. So I've always had the itch to flight sim. Beyond ATC vectors, they wouldn't be bad for this flight, but I'm going to ignore them because I want to land 3.6, or 3.5 rather. Although they want me to land... Should we do a runway change? What are the winds? It says 280. Center, what are the winds in Dallas Fort Worth for Spirit Wings 224?
Spirit Wings 224, winds at Dallas Fort Worth International are from 320.
Okay, yeah, we're not landing 1-8, Chiefs.
Spirit Wings 224, request runway change.
Spirit Wings 224, unable runway change at this time.
Man. Billy says, I left my job of over 10 years and took a $20,000 a year pay cut for quality of life. I am happier than I have ever been. That was 5 years ago. Amen to that, Billy. As long as you're happy, dude, right? That's awesome, man. All right, manage speed. Slow it down. I think flight sim is a great way to get people interested in flying. Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. You know, Full Flap Sim was saying this the other day on his GA stream. He's like, I think people don't fly so much anymore real world because you could really enjoy general aviation flying in the sim now. You don't have to worry about dying. You don't have to spend the money that it costs to actually fly GA. And after our GA flying with the Baron and the Bonanza, I mean, shoot, you can really get some enjoyment out of VFR GA flying in sim world now. The money for sure, Real Cowgirl, absolutely. Tomorrow, Young Cereal Box, tomorrow. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'll post my flight number in the Discord tomorrow morning if you guys want to track it. True, but now I'm interested in doing a Discovery flight IRL. Osco Stick, you should, man. You should. I think that would be a great thing for you to do. I think that will only feed your passion for GA and general aviation flying, and who knows, man, who knows what that door would lead to. Aviation Pro, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, sir. It says, can you give me a long haul flight around 11 hours? Oh, man, 11 hours? What's Dallas to Brazil? That's not quite 11 hours, is it? I know it's like 8 something to Lima, so it's got to be close. South America, DFW, South America, or you can go New York to Anchorage. How long is New York to Anchorage? With the winds, that might actually be pretty long. Here's 10,000 feet, though. Let's go ahead and get ready to clean it up. Lights are coming on. We're going to go here and here since we're not going to have full vectors. Actually, let's try to do it proper. And we'll select speed. It's going to be 240 and then 210, 230 at hills. 230. We're selected speed. We'll activate, confirm the approach phase. That is done. LS push buttons are coming on. Manual brakes. Full flaps. Full reverse. Any questions? Visual approach, 3-5 center. Aviation Dude 95, thanks. I attempted to. I put 2 little stickies on it. I didn't really clean the floor off though, so we'll see. Hopefully we don't slip out here. Gosh, the sounds in the Fenix are great though, aren't they? Look at that. The trees are changing colors in Dallas. They sure are. Lake Grapevine on the nose. Or no, the Grapevine's on the north side. That's the scary lake. Don't want to go there. If you're landing DFW 1 right, maybe I can spot you from Founders Plaza. We'll see, man. I have no idea which runway we'll land. No idea. But that would be cool. Classic Jet Sim Pilot, thank you for the $20 super chat, man. Been watching for 3+ years. I have the fancy epaulets under my other ID. But now you're going to love the new career. But I know you're going to love the new carrier and continue to have an amazing career. All the best. You and I can't wait for the Schoolhouse podcast. Hey, it's coming up, Classic Jet Sim Pilot. Schoolhouse Pod, man. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Really, really appreciate all the support, man. We are not going to do that.
Spirit Wings 224, turn right, heading 340, vectors for the approach.
Negative.
Turn right, heading 340, Spirit Wings 224.
I'm going to fly heading 280, and I'm going to do what Turk said. We're going to
Spirit
turn...
Wings 224, contact Lone Star, approach 126.475. Have a good flight.
We're going to tune tower here in a minute. All right, let's clean up the box. Last time, Rama. Direct to Rama 178. Insert. Full heading.
Spirit Wings 224, Lone Star approach. Good afternoon, altimeter 3005. Expect visual approach, runway 18 right.
Send 4,000. Turn right heading 290. I'm going to switch to tower so I don't have to talk to anybody.
Tower, wind variable, RNAV to Spiro, runway 17 right.
The problem is we're going to have opposite direction traffic, so we may have to cancel the
RNAV to
ATC.
Spiro, cleared for takeoff, American 2740.
We might have to cancel beyond ATC here because we're going to be flying into oncoming traffic.
2270, contact Lone Star departure.
Yeah, that's beyond ATC.
American 2270, see you. Envoy 4113.
All the Dallas folks should get a refundable airline ticket tomorrow and welcome him home. That's funny.
Envoy 4113 DFW, tower, wind variable.
Robert S., that is beyond
Runway
ATC.
18
Yes.
left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 100, runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff, Envoy 4113.
Here are the towers. It's pretty cool. I've come in here at evening time when there's a nice blanket of overcast and just the towers are peeking through.
UPS 2786 Heavy, ready for departure.
Look at that.
Runway 18 left.
UPS 2786 heavy, number 2 for departure. Hold
Normally you
short
don't
of
fly
18
right
left.
over the top. I'm doing my own self-vectoring
Wilco,
here.
hold short of 18 left, UPS 2786 Heavy.
Reduce speed. We're going to do 190 knots.
American 2740, contact Lone Star departure, take care. Contact Lone Star departure, American 2740.
Spirit Wings 224. Right turn, 320, maintain 4 established, clear to LS 35 center approach.
Runway 18 left, line up and wait, UPS 2786 Heavy.
Left 2, 1, coming out.
United 1298, ready to go, runway 17 right. United 1298 DFW tower, wind variable, RNAV to Spiro, runway 17 right, cleared for takeoff. Runway 17
Welcome to commercial
right,
pilot, man.
RNAV
Glad to
to
have you on
Spiro,
board.
cleared for takeoff. United 1298.
Okay, I don't want to collide with anybody, so let's, should I cam beyond ATC? I don't know. We'll see. Come back to 180. Glide slope blue, low blue, Cat 3 dual autopilot 1+2.
UPS 2786 heavy, DFW tower, wind variable, airnav to Larn, runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 18 left, arm up to Larn, cleared for takeoff, UPS 2786 Heavy.
Lokestar.
Envoy 4113, contact Lone Star departure.
Contact Lone Star departure, Envoy 4113. DFW Tower, Spirit Wing 669, visual runway 17 left.
Spirit Wings
Turn arrivals to
669,
0.
DFW tower,
Ooh, that's an
wind variable,
idea.
runway 17 left, cleared to land.
Arrival 0.
Runway 17 left.
I'll
cleared
do
to land,
arrivals
Spirit
and
Wing
departures 0,
669.
so we're not flying into anybody taking off either. Let's see if that fixes it. All right, we're on the final approach. Mothership, 12 o'clock. The sounds in the Phoenix are just amazing, aren't they? If that flying thing doesn't work out, become a full-time YouTuber. There you go. Gooey, thank you for the 50 Hey Ice, I believe, for the massive 50. Appreciate you, man. Longtime fan of the channel, watching from the back seat. since the X-Plane 11 days. Wow, this is long overdue. Thanks for the amazing content. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. $50 super chat. I think I recognize the name, actually. You leave a few comments before, I think, on some old X-Plane 11 videos. Thank you so much for the support. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, and it's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Just heard LaGuardia go around a live ATC for wind shear. Just another day of LaGuardia, man. All right. One last time. Right slope star. Go around altitude. 2200 white. Oh, it's actually magenta. Because we're above it. Alright, recording's coming on. Recording is on. Autopilot's away. No, it's not, because it's not bound. Autopilot off. $220 feet per minute. Look at that, wind's already spinning around. Since we might have a significant crosswind, let's just use low brakes. Below max landing weight, looking good. Jerry's World off the left, AT&T Stadium. How you doing? Home of the sucky Cowboys. Request to buzz the tower. D-Champ, I haven't said it yet because I don't know officially yet. Nah, we don't drop gear yet. When do we drop gear, chat? When do we drop gear in the Airbus? 2600, there it is. Manage speed, gear down. Love that. Via Phoenix, -10, flaps 3. Sweet chicks, flaps 3. Yep, 2000 AGL. And full flap sim. Landing checklist. Cap crew advise auto thrust. It's coming away here shortly. Auto brakes are low, ECAM memo landing, all green. Auto thrust is off. And we're going to turn our lights on. Spirit Wings 224, runway 35 center, clear to land. A little bit of haze out there north of the airport. I'm going to drive home. A little bit low, correct. Get my VAP up. Give me a few knots there, please. Let's go 147. Give me a little 3-knotter. Just because it's being a little squirrely there. Microsoft wind shear. Look, we just had a 50-knot shear. Did you see that? I'm pretty sure I watched the ND go to 50 for a split second. I don't think it's that windy outside. The slope, follow the slope all the way in.
500. Hundred above. Minimum.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse screen. Decel. Manual brakes. 70 knots. Fairways 224, left turn Bravo 4, hold short, 35 left. Welcome home, chat. Welcome home. Spearwings 224, since it's your last flight, keep it rolling across 35 center taxi to the ramp with me. Alright, we're going to just go right across, which will never happen. We won't change configurations because we're going to adhere by all SOPs here. We're crossing the runway. Clear left, clear to cross. Won't be saying that for a long time. Miss V1 says, I'll report back tomorrow. We'll be sitting on this plane. Yes, she will. I'm really glad we got that coming home. Get to take Miss V1 on a little out and back. Spearway 224 kilo ramp, contact ramp 49, whatever it is. Cool. Clean it up. Reset jet, I'm going to fly the last leg back. Heck, I might just fly both of them. No, I'll probably work the radio on the way to Tampa, and then I will, I want to fly the return. Alright, we're cleaning up. Beautiful sunset. We're going to do a shutdown too, so we get that. Prime the APU. No, Xylabo. Nope, I will not. I will be starting over at the bottom of the ocean, below the whale decrement. Over here. Well, you know what? I get to relax a whole lot more, I think. Maybe I'll have less gray beard, less gray hairs, you know? I never had a single gray hair in my beard until I upgraded. And then I saw the first gray. And then the grays continued. Can you fly right-handed? Man, that's going to be different. I'm sure I'll pick it up. You get to do the sims, you know, you're in the sim. Am I passing? No, we got to go all the way down one more. Will all streams be from the right seat? No, so I'm going to just do what I've always done. Even when I was in the right seat, I always simmed from the left seat. So I will, I'm always going to just sim from the left seat. I don't know. I think it almost keeps you more ready, right? So if I'm real world, always flying right seat, and then I come to my sim and fly left seat, I'm just staying proficient for when I ever get a chance to upgrade again, right? That's how I look at it. Oh yeah, Captain Overspeed, that's a great idea. I think I will. Alright, spot 49. Cleared to the ramp. Air China 981. No. Are you cleared into your gate? Okay, cleared to the gate. Air China 981. No, Air China 981. Are you cleared into your gate? Affirmative to gate. Air China 981. If you haven't heard that video, you need to go YouTube it right now. Have you been cleared into your gate? It was a question. Okay, to the gate. Oh, I love it, man. I love aviation. Look at those beautiful Merc and Airbuses over there. They wouldn't be parked there though. Those gates can't fit Airbuses. We'll park it right here. Is this 18? What gate? Hold on. What gate am I supposed to park tomorrow? Stand by. Let me look it up. Let me see if I have it. Tomorrow I'm supposed to park E33. So we'll go E33. Chris, thank you for the 50. Hey, I appreciate you. Or the Swedish, sorry, man. Thank you for the 50. Appreciate you. Says, I think Miss V1 would love getting free seats all over the world at a new, larger carrier. Well, that is a benefit, Chris Levin. Absolutely right, my friend. That is a benefit, sir. So which one's 33? There's Echo 18. We got to go all the way around. All these empty gates over here. Go figure. Thank you, V-Pilot. I appreciate you, man. What happened to Kip on the ground? What happened to Kip on the ground? He's still simming, right? Oh, jeez. This is what happens. Can't do this tomorrow, chat. Come on. I can't read the chat. I got to stay on the center line because E33 is going to be a tough shutdown here. It's going to be a tough turn in here on the right. That's 31. Oh, he doesn't like Sim Update 3? I got you. All right, Echo 33. So tomorrow we'll probably come in spot 53, hopefully. Spot 53. We'll go right in here to Echo 33. Oh yeah, FO had the trade table out. That's against SOP. Wow, that is so cool. Too bad this gate, the jet bridge, is like out in the parking area. I didn't realize they had the, what is that, the GPU like control right there? Hanging down. How do I do this without hitting the jetway? We'll just stop early. Erp. Brakes are set. APU's available. Here we go, chat. Number 2. Seatbelt sign. Number 1. Spool them down. Love it. Through 10%, beacon lights coming on, APU bleed. That's all she wrote. Taking a screenshot. There's the pack spinning up, you hear that? End of an era, my friends. Alright, I've taken enough screenshots. I gotta go home, so let's watch this replay. Watch the replay. I'm going to dismiss. Panel states ready. Engine's coming up. Brakes off. Flaps 2. Activate the ready state. Stop recording. Replay's on. I'm gonna hold on. We're gonna crash here for a second. Stop replay. Save. 321 final flight. I want to save the replay just in case the sim crashes. I'll have this replay. All right, we're saved. I turn the lights on so they're not blinking too.
Too low. Terrain.
We had a long approach there, so let's go ahead and start here. Resume. Flaps coming out. Good luck at Ryanair, Captain. Thank you, Robert. Do I have a favorite registration? Nah. Nah, I don't. I couldn't even tell you the last. There's so many of them, man. It's not like when I was flying freight and I had the same airplane for a month, you know. I have my least favorite. My least favorite is 630, 635. I think they're the two Skittles liveries that are still left. They have the most fume events of all the airplanes in the fleet. I think it's 630. Oh yeah, Tommy, I was Cargo Dog, man. Time and spirits up, Godspeed. Thank you, Matavius. Mavacious, appreciate you, man. Was hoping you'd cap it off as NKS 357 tomorrow, but it's Fort Lauderdale, Newark. Oh, it would be something. No, that's gross. I don't want to do that, Classic Jet Sim Pilot. You know what, Classic Jet Sim Pilot? I was supposed to do that flight, but it was a deadhead and then one leg back from Newark. That's why I swapped it. I was supposed to deadhead Fort Lauderdale, Newark, and then fly Newark, Dallas, but I didn't want to do a deadhead on my last trip, so I swapped out of it. That's ironic, though. I didn't even think of the call signs. The last banana has been peeled. That's funny. I like it.
100.
Oh, that's a cool view. Look at the sun. That is beautiful, man. Wow. Let's go back. Just hold it. A little more flare. Could add a little more flare in there. That's all right. Right on center line, chat. Right on center line. Food bar, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Let me do the touchdown cam. Just gonna go back outside, reset. Do this, do that, do that. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, chat, it has been a ride. It has been a ride. I have really appreciated the receptiveness of the content I put out and just the discussions we get to have. It's been a lot of fun over the last 6-ish years that we've been doing this on YouTube. That's it. End of an era. On to the next one. I'm excited for it. Wiggly wings there. I think it's going to be filled full of adventures. It's going to be a lot of fun. I get to share my story along the way too. So thank you all for the support. Just enormous amounts of support today from super chats, membership gifting, bank angle checks. Y'all have been absolutely way too generous and too kind. I really appreciate that. tomorrow is the last trip for me, real world, 223 and 224, Dallas, Tampa, and back. I'm going to go home. I got to clean up, get my uniform ready. I will see you all on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be one. See you.